This video is proudly brought to you by OR Customs, specialists in classic car restoration and car detailing.
Let me follow you today.
Yeah, so we're going to see Owen.
I'm behind the camera. How does that feel, Joel?
Everything's quiet.
Well, it is 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my god.
So this is one of 5 Opel Astras that were built in 1991 by Delta South Africa, and they were built by a guy by the name of Bruce Johnson, who had a panel shop in town, and they were built in secret over the period of being built. He would go in the evenings and build these cars, and his staff wouldn't see it, and nobody in the public would get to see it until they were completed. And I'm actually friends with his son, Gavin Johnson, who watched his dad build these cars in the days and that. So this is one of 2 that are left, that are still on the road and that. So it is a unique car with original.
So this was hand-built in SA?
The whole body kit. And it's not a fiberglass body kit, it's actually a plastic body kit. On the inside of the fenders you can see it's all original plastic kits that came in and was built here.
Is the gentleman still around? Is he still alive?
No, Bruce Johnson's passed away about 2 years ago.
Okay.
But both his sons are still around, yeah.
Wow. So I gather you don't really drive this around, eh?
We've driven it a few times. I think we get a lot more enjoyment watching it just in the corner there and looking after it in the corner. And that. It's nice to drive, lots of fun, very fast.
So 2 out of 5?
2 out of 5 that we know of, yeah.
Motor-wise, similar to the Superbus, or
Traditionally, when they were built with a 2-litre 8-valve, and somewhere along this one's life, somebody's put a 2-litre 16-valve in. So it's got a 2-litre 16-valve Boss motor in there now, but we've left it at that. I haven't gone back to put the 2-litre 8-valve in, I've just left the 16-valve. But yes, also a big handful to drive. It's very fast.
What is this valued at?
I think the current value on that the club's valued it at is 200,000 Rand.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of history. That's what it is, a proper piece of history. Some people say it's ugly, and the people that know the cars appreciate the design. Here's got the original steering wheel. So it's the original Astra steering wheel, gear knob, handbrake lever, even the digital cluster. You want to switch it on?
Yes, please.
Yeah, but watch that cluster there. The original cloth in it still, it's taken some wear over its life. I mean, it is a 91 model, so.
But it didn't have like little vents or something, you know?
That's what I would love to do, is create the vents there and put little plastic vents and grills, put them in there and fit them into the front and on the back and that there, because I think that's the way the kit should be now. But in the day, that's how it was built. I don't think they thought of the airflow or getting rid of hot air or pulling out the low pressure points in there.
Did it come out with these wheels?
These are the original wheels that came out with.
Those headlight clusters, that must be rare as hell, eh?
They are, yeah. I don't think you can get a kit again. I mean, I've looked over Europe and stuff, and nobody has any parts for this thing, bumpers or anything of that sort. So I think if you have a bumper bashing, you're in a bit of trouble.
What's your favorite part of the car?
I think the cluster. In 1991, that was iconic.
Yeah.
They Delta or GM came out with this beautiful cluster that was digital and state of the art at the time.
It's nice, man. It's like badass, huh?
It's beautiful, it's like really beautiful. And as I said, not many people appreciate it. Some people look at it and say it's an ugly car.
Yeah.
And then some people look at it and say, wow, like I did. And I was like, wow, that's a part of history.
It's like a fully riced Opel Kadett, but it's not really.
Yes. When I got it, somebody had sprayed it, given it a coat of paint in that. We've got to do some work and do some touch-ups and some polishing and stuff that needs to work. But we're not going to respray it again. We'll just do some polish work and touch-ups.
What do you hate about it?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, what I hate about it is that I can't find any parts. Yeah. Little trimmings and stuff that I want to upgrade and fix in that. So that's what I dislike about it. When we got it, somebody had fitted a horrible fiberglass bonnet with a big scoop in the center, which I've actually got, I can show you, it's stored on the other side there. And I hated it, so we just removed it, and that wasn't part of original, so we put an original OEM bonnet back on the car.
Pick it up in Boxburg.
So would you rock this, Annie?
Oh yes, I would.
Let's talk about the most exciting car here.
Yes, the traditional Opel Astra, the Opel Astra 2-litre TS.
Yeah.
This is one we've done some restoration work on. We gave it a coat of paint. Client had the engine done by somebody in Cape Town. He had the engine overhauled by them. But we did all the body work and the rest of the stuff and that. I mean, if you have a look at the suspension components and the brake calipers and stuff, it's also been passivated. Every single little bolt's been attended to and passivated. So we've done a lot of work on here. We've just got to finalise the brakes and then we can drive it on the road and that. But it's still as solid as it was in day one. I think it's got over 300,000 Ks on it, but it's still an absolute beaut. Have a look at the calipers there in the suspension and you'll see some of the work it's gone. The calipers were passivated, suspension was removed, everything's been painted and coated.
You don't find these anymore in this condition.
No, you don't. They're hard to find good clean ones. And I think the sedans are holding a lot more value than the hatches are. But yeah, you don't find them in very good condition anymore. There's a lot of guys that have taken the normal Astras and tried to convert them to the TS. And some of them advertise them as true TSs, but they're not. If you go check the chassis number, you'll see some of them are just standard ones converted.
Can we go see the nice project that you did?
So this is an old F-body Porsche, which we're converting into a special wide body. The kit comes from a gentleman in the Netherlands that builds his kits. And then we're going to be fitting it and completing the whole process in that. It's going to get a big turbo engine in it. Here's actually one of the sort of renderings of what it's going to look like when it's complete. We're going for that same color with the same striping. They won't use the same exhaust. We'll be using a slightly different exhaust. The rear wing internally is slightly different.
You guys are going to try to do this wing?
No, the wing's done. It's just that we've got to change the wing that's on the car at the moment to do a bit of work on it.
Is it going to look exactly like that?
It's going to look exactly like that with the white edging and the white striping.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what we love doing. It's all these unique projects in it. So yeah, it's an absolute beaut. Come have a look at the rear. Now you can see the difference on the wing. We've got to build this wing now to match there. So we've got to do a lot of work on the sides here to get that to match up. But the internal is staying the same. So we're just going to change the outside values to make it line up in that.
Sheesh, it's going to look incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful.
Same colour, striping.
Same
everything.
orange, it's the original Porsche colour with the same striping and that. Yeah.
I didn't listen to a word you were saying because I'm eyeing out these two hatches at the back here.
1986 RSR twin cam.
This is twin cam.
Yes, the original twin cam. Let me show you.
Oh gosh, everything's so fresh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And this is still the one with the hubcaps. We spent quite a bit of time restoring the hubcaps.
Hubcaps?
Quite a bit of road range. So 86 was the first one where the hubcaps came out, and then after that they started bringing the ones with the mag ones.
So this is one of
The very first ones, yeah.
very few with hubcaps.
Yes, I don't think you'll find another one with hubcaps. And then this beauty is an original Big Boss we restored a year ago for a client. That's an original Big Boss, chassis number matching, engine matching. It went through the same restoration that we've done down to bare metal, every bolt passivated, every component painted, engine out, everything out to bare shell, and the car is pin straight. And you don't find many black cars that are so pin straight on the panels. If you have a look down the sides, you'll see there's no waves, there's no imperfection. It is absolutely perfect. The guys that appreciate the Opels, I think, are leaning more towards this than the Super Boss, because everybody's got a Super Boss or done up a Super Boss. Not everybody has got a Big Boss. Yeah. When we got this one, somebody had modified the front bumper and put the Super Boss grills in and removed the spotlights, and they tried to make it look like a Super Boss. So we put the original wheels back, put the original spotlights back, took everything back to original LS diff, put everything all back in.
Jeez, man. Bone stock, eh?
Yep.
It's even got the K&N sticker on the airbox.
Stock original. From what I understand, this one's value is about 450.
Oh, wow, really?
450,000. That's what I'm led to believe that its value is about there, yeah.
Toyota?
I've offered that client half of that and he won't let part with it. So I don't think you'll find a cleaner one. So this car came in very similar to what the car was in behind you, the one behind you.
Yeah.
And this is what the end product was. We put a wider body on it, carbon fenders, carbon back fenders, front fenders, carbon bonnet, carbon bumpers. And there's the black paintwork. I mean, you can see for yourself, to get the black paintwork so pin straight and beautiful is not the easiest job. So we're proud of what we've got achieved here and done here. He's fitting a fuel cell in the center, doing away with the original so he can fill it from the top, so that's why the fenders are all closed and there's no fuel flap on the fenders.
And bikes.
Oh yes, so those are some of the bikes I've built up in that. And the theory behind the two was the Honda CX500.
Say it again.
Said the thinking behind the two of them was the Honda CX500.
Say it again.
That's when the Japanese try to copy the Germans with the V motor and the shaft drive. So I thought no better to build up a Honda with that and then a BMW with the V and the shaft drive. So we built them up at the same time. We built them both and customized them like this. And they're both beautiful bikes. I mean, that thing starts, it runs, it's the most beautiful bike to ride.
Yeah.
Cafe racer style, battery, lithium batteries hidden away under the tailpiece. Cleaned out all of that because traditionally all the electronics and everything sat around there. Cleaned that out, so we sorted that out. Exhausts were also custom made. So yeah, just a beautiful toy. The front end is of a modern superbike, hence the difference on the wheels. So we've got an upgraded caliper set and shocks in that, so it actually rides properly and stops properly.
It's beautiful, eh?
Yeah, beautiful. And we also went with a matte finish here.
A lot of Hondas that are red in colour look incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
Just,
all red Hondas are nice.
we chose the red. It had to be a Honda red. We couldn't do with anything else.
The Beamer also looks quite nice, eh?
So R100 RS, the BM also we hid with the battery, the lithium battery is hidden underneath here. All the wiring's tucked away, so it's all open and free. Single side mounted shock instead of the two traditional shocks. Custom headers again, custom exhaust. We changed the rear sets because traditionally BMW comes out with these ugly foot pegs and they're horrible. So we managed to retrofit these foot pegs on there, which makes it a lot more comfortable to drive. But also a beauty, it's a fantastic bike to ride around.
What's happening here? I mean, these are awesome colours, eh?
This green one's a unique green colour to Porsche. It's called Moor Green. In the 50s, they painted 2 356s with it. And the client managed to get the original colour from somebody in Italy, and that's the original Moor Green Porsche colour. He's brought the kit in from the Netherlands and that. So we've done the wide body kit, carbon bootlet, carbon back fenders, carbon bumpers, carbon fenders, carbon bonnet, carbon front bumper. And this is getting a Monstover motor fitted to it. So the green one's a local client. He wanted the candy green, and that's an 11 coat process to get it to this finish. I know it looks a little bit bright here, but if you see it in the daylight in the natural sun, it's actually bright to look at. It's like a chrome finish.
When you say 11 coats?
11 coats because of the candy colour over the silvers and over the base coats, and then we also put 5 coats of clear coat on it. This is a special colour that we mixed up for the client in that. So this is a client locally that builds and restores Porsches, and he builds them for overseas customers and that. It's Gavin Rook from Dutchman Designs. Only one, the whole Fast and Furious collection, except for the white Jetta, is the only one I'm missing. That's the whole collection.
Except for the white Jetta.
That's the only one I can't get.
Maybe someone out there has a white Jetta. You got the S2000.
All of them are there.
Very cool. Wow, man. Hey!
Yeah.
How cool! What's his name? Is it Jimmy Tran?
Too soon, Junior.
And those were the 3 Hondas, remember, when they hijacked the truck?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You got this one. Alright, I'm going to take this one. You.